I'm so excited for this new class. The professor's supposed to be really energetic. I just hope I pass this one.
Better hurry, we're gonna be late.
Good morning.
Okay, let's take roll. Ronnie,
Here.
Herman,
Present.
Harry Spotter,
Here.
Claudia,
Probably late.
Probably asleep.
Breezes,
Here.
and Luna.
Absent.
Welcome to Wind Seekers class. This is a new class at Hogwarts. Late again. Your first project will impact the entire school. Due to increased enrollment, our current electricity capacity is no longer meeting our needs. Yes, Ronnie?
Is that why the lights went off in our dorm last night? I couldn't even finish reading ahead of my classes.
Yes, Ronnie. Professor Dieseldorf invited me to teach this class since I'm an expert in siting wind farms. You are going to assist me in picking the perfect location for the wind turbine.
Cool.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Shh! I'm a dominant male. Do not tell me what to do.
Herman, do we need to talk? See me after class. Can anyone tell me what wind energy is? Claudia?
Can I use the restroom?
I guess. Harry?
It's that stuff that blew out the candle last night.
1 point for Harry. But wind is much more. Breezes?
Wind is magic. It helps your broomsticks fly and fills dragons' wings.
Wind is moving air.
1 point for Breezes. Yes, wind does seem like magic. Ronnie, you should receive points too if you waited to be called on. Yes, wind is moving air that we can harness to do work. Class, repeat after me. Wind is moving air. Energy is there.
Wind is moving air. Energy is there.
For homework tonight, everyone needs to find the perfect location for us to build a wind turbine here at Hogwarts. Class dismissed.
A wind what? A wind turbine. It's a modern windmill. The blades catch the wind and turn it into electricity.
It converts nature's motion energy into electrical energy.
Thank you, Harry. Ronnie, how far ahead did you read?
Stop bickering. Let's just get this homework done.
Herman, I told you we needed to talk. I assume you all did your homework. Let's share your ideas. Where should we build the wind turbine? Breezes?
In the middle of the frightening forest, so we don't have to see it. The giant tower and spinning blades will blend right in with the trees and won't ruin our view.
But I think the wind turbine will look cool, and I don't want to go into the frightening forest to see it.
Although some people don't like the look of turbines, that shouldn't be our first consideration.
And the trees would block the wind, so it would defeat the purpose.
So I guess that means my idea of putting the turbine inside of the science building wouldn't work either.
That's right, Herman. Any other suggested site locations? Remember what wind is?
Wind is moving air. Energy is there.
How about Hagrid's house or even on his roof?
But won't the noise keep him and his menagerie up at night?
Actually, the sound from a wind turbine isn't as loud as you might think, given how big it is and how much energy it makes. The sound it makes is a rhythmical whooshing sound, sort of like the sound of a dragon's wings flapping. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Who can see why building it on the roof wouldn't work?
Same reason as the woods, because the wind could be blocked. There can't be anything near it that would block the wind before it gets to the blades. Hagrid's house is so tiny, even some of the trees are taller.
How about the roof of the school? It's the tallest building in Hogwarts, so nothing would block the wind's path.
Good suggestion, Ronnie. However, it won't work.
Ronnie's wrong.
Shut up.
Sure, Hogwarts' roof is tall, but does anything else use that airspace?
The owlry is up there. Our owls can be hit by the spinning blades.
Good thing I don't have an owl.
Bird flight paths are a major consideration in siting a wind project. We've learned from past mistakes that wind turbines shouldn't be built near migration routes. By avoiding these areas, there's a much smaller chance of wildlife being injured.
It shouldn't even be that hard. It's just wind. You can't even see it.
Wind is moving air. Energy is there.
Does this mean that if we find a perfect location, we'll only have power when there's a storm and it's really windy?
No, Herman. Current technology allows a large wind turbine to run efficiently on winds as low as 8 miles per hour.
So we need to find a location away from tall structures that might block the wind, with a wind speed of at least 8 miles per hour and in a place that won't disturb wildlife.
Maybe there's a wind seeker spell to help figure this out.
5 points to Claudia for summing up our discussion so nicely. For homework tonight, you can take measurements to check the wind speed at various locations. Remember, the tower could be up to 100 meters high, so you'll have to find a way to get to that height to accurately check the speed.
Woo! Flying time!
What is wrong with him?
Good morning, class.
Good morning.
It seemed to be pretty windy last night. Did you guys have fun finding the measurements of the wind speed?
It was great until I fell off my broomstick trying to get a reading. The edge of the cliff had sustained gusts up to 80 miles per hour. We'd get tons of energy from that.
But Professor Hug the Trees, actually it's too much wind. Gus said I would shut the turbine down. They need to protect themselves from incredibly strong wind. So when they get too powerful, they shut down. Also, did you even notice the direction the wind was blowing?
The wind came right up the face of the cliff. I actually leaned out over the edge, holding my broom tight in case I fell, and the wind held me up. My cap blew off and flew up, though, into the air.
This is actually another reason why the edge of a cliff will not work. Wind turbines are designed to capture the air that is moving parallel to the ground. They cannot capture wind that is moving upwards.
The flat field where the gardens are got between 15 and 25 mile per hour winds the whole time we were there. Would it work?
But would we have to move all those plants? Some of them take years to bloom.
Many wind farms use the land under the towers for farming or grazing. We could continue to use the area around the turbine for plants. There is plenty of room for both.
Well, I know from flying, which I'm very good at, that the wind changes depending on the weather and the season.
10 points to Claudia for finding a good spot, and a point for Harry for noticing that the wind isn't always constant. We only took measurements for one night, which isn't really sufficient for determining a good site, but since it was windy, it will give us a good idea of where to look.
Wind measurements should really be taken at site for at least one full year to get an idea of what the wind is like at all times. Many people are considering when to put a turbine will measure the wind speed for 3 years or more.
If wind isn't reliable, why use it?
A point for Ronnie. As she said, you really need long-term data to determine if a site is a good one for a wind turbine. A team of our professors has just finished reviewing Hogwarts' many years' worth of weather records and has determined that winds in the garden area are very reliable. The average wind speed is calculated to be 15 miles per hour. The wind doesn't blow over the garden all the time, but it is predicted that the turbine will be generating some power for the school 80% of the time. What other benefits does this location have?
It isn't near the owls or any other normal bird route.
There are no tall buildings or trees near it.
We probably won't even hear the sound from the turbines when we're inside mixing potions.
By using wind power, we're using a renewable energy source. We'll never run out of wind energy. And we're taking care of the environment.
I am proud of you all for gathering all the facts together and deciding on the same site as the experts did. We know we will need reliable energy to meet our needs for our growing student population. For our next assignment,
I guess Professor Dieseldorf was right. We need to use wind energy at Hogwarts.
Wind is moving air. Energy is there. And that's why we should care. Wait, Professor Hug the Trees, do we get any points for this?
Taryn literally walk faster. Record, and when they knock, I'll cut it out.
Why are you knocking?
All you can hear is them laughing.
What are you doing? And Roderick?
Absent.
Claudia?
It's probably
Late again.
I can't do
Because you don't listen.
This is going in bloopers.
Like, no!
Fine, it's a magic wind, modern windmill. Dang it!